So earlier today I detailed some information on how to produce a carrot plot, talking about how the carrots really do appreciate some really fine soils. Well, we're here by my carrot plot, okay? This is this season's carrots. I'll be picking these just as the temperatures get really cold this year. Some of them will overwinter through the coldest temperatures here. And if we see temperatures that drop down to the single digits, what I'll be doing is I'll be covering this with a couple of short hoops and a piece of polyplastic. It raises the burden of responsibility because then come morning when things warm up, I have to remove the cover or these will end up being cooked carrots. So we'll give you a little bit of detail here. We've got lots of moles and voles in my area and, you know, wood chips. They're coarse on top, but down below it's super fine. This is from years and years of advancing organic agriculture. And over the years, the soil around this area has broken down significantly. So carrots can grow anywhere. They could grow left and right, but the problem I have is that the voles will dig in and they'll get to them in the winter months. And so in order to prevent that from happening, what we've done is we've made this, essentially this metal, galvanized metal box. It's like a sheet metal or a tin with a wooden frame. It goes down into the earth about 16 inches. And then it's filled, well, you can see where it's filled to. There's the level, there's my hand, there's the soil. So maybe there's 4 inches that doesn't have soil, but the other 10 to 12 down below do. There's a screen on the bottom as well. We've made a video about this before. But anyway, what I really want to impress upon y'all is that these things look like this, like ridiculously lush, without fertilizer. But if you have a younger garden, you're going to need to put some fertilizer in. That's why I recommend the Espoma Garden Tone, so you can get a look at Creedmoor's face. I've used it for years, and within the Espoma Garden Tone is a select set of species of microbes. And those microbes tend to make it easier for you if you can get them in the ground. They make it easier the next season to grow again. And eventually, you know, your soil is full of life. And Creedmoor Fury believes that life begets life. So we want to sow that. We want to sow that instead of sowing chemicals, instead of sowing salts, instead of sowing all of those other things that we know don't work long term. In any event, these carrots will grow up. They'll grow. I'll still have some carrots coming up in the spring and early summer. Small plot. Paul taught me to go in here and just take 1 or 2. You take 1 or 2. You see how densely they're planted? You just take 1 or 2 of these puppies and it makes more room for the rest of them to evolve. He was very clear about this when he told this to me. And ever since that, well, it's exactly what we've done, and that's exactly what we see. So, anyway, I hope some of this information can help y'all. Give you sort of another view of this little tiny plot. Since we put it into that little box and buried the box in the ground, we have lost absolutely 0 carrots to the voles. A lot has changed since then, so you know, I don't want to say it's absolute. It doesn't mean you're gonna have voles just because you have root crops, but in this case the garden had been here for a while. We used to keep them over there, and now that's brassicas, and it doesn't matter where you move them, they'll find them. If they're hungry enough, they'll find them. So what else? Y'all want to see something on the dill plot? I'll close this one out. Maybe we'll start something separate for that.